Hello, welcome to the channel and welcome back to Resurrect Autos HQ. So today guys, we're going to be working on the titanium Mars Red Fiesta, the 1.2. We're doing a cam belt and water pump and those kind of bits today. I'll bring it in a bit. We'll bring it in here. First of all though, we've got to go and take the other car, the black one, for an MOT this morning, first thing. So I'll go and do that. And then I'll come back and let you know before we get into the other one exactly what happened with that MOT, and I'll show you if it passed or not. But yeah, we shall see. But hopefully it does, guys. But yeah, you never know taking a car to MOT. You just never know. So, but yeah, we'll fix it no matter what. So if it's got advisories or whatever, we'll just get on with it and get it done. So yeah, that's kind of it really. Thanks for all the comments last night, really appreciate it. It is kind of bad news, and it's kind of good news really, because it's bad news for him as well, because he's missed out on a cracking car, to be honest with you. really good car, because let's be honest, when you go look at a second-hand car anywhere, you don't know exactly what's happened to it, especially an insurance crashed car. Do you really know, like when you go and look at a car and they say, yeah, I fixed it. Yeah, it's been fixed. Bumper and a bonnet, bumper and a wing or whatever. They can't prove it. They really can't prove how the car's being fixed. So with what I do, I can show how the car's been fixed. And that was the whole point of doing the YouTube channel, was to show and prove how the car is being fixed. It weren't to be a YouTuber, not at all. It ain't at all, and that's not what I want to be. I just want to show how the car's being fixed for the next owner, and exactly what's happened. Exactly what's going on. I do really feel sorry for people, and there's a lot of people out there on my followers as well, my subscribers. A lot of you guys, you all do this kind of thing as well. You might have your own garage, or you might be doing it at home, or wherever, but you're doing this as well. So I feel sorry for you guys, because I couldn't really do this without doing the YouTube as well, because the YouTube, like I said, I'm showing how I'm fixing the cars, but people that ain't showing how they're fixing the cars, how are they selling them? Like, they must struggle to sell the cars because of that fact. So yeah, I feel sorry for you guys. I know someone else I spoke to the other day, and he said to me he ended up giving it up, doing the salvage work, because and repairing cars, because he struggled to prove how he was fixing the cars, and that's a big point of it really. So there you go, that's enough waffle, guys. Right, let's go and take the car for an MOT. Let's get that one done, and then let's bring the other one back in here, the Mars Red. Get that one done, the one that's got a full service history, but we will do the cam belt and the water pump, just so that it's done. So yeah, listen guys, let's do this. So guys, I am back from the MOT centre. So let's have a look. You can see that all passed, no advisories, straight through. So yep, well happy with that. What a nice car this is. Clean, it's decent. I'm gonna sort of clean and polish the outside, and really make it a really nice car now, and presentable for someone. But yeah, well happy with that. No advisories, and that's what it is all about. Still got some scratches out this quarter as well, and across there. But again, that's all going to be polished. Once I got on the polish, that will just come straight out. There's no deep scratches at all over there. So, yeah, there we go. What a lovely little Fiesta. Another one done, guys. Another one done. So, there we go. Right, okay. Let's get this one into the workshop. And this one needs a good service, cam belt, all that sort of stuff. Actually, I'll check the service, because it's only just had the service, if I'm right. Spark plugs, oil, filters and all that sort of stuff in it. So I'll check the book quickly. I'll check the book before I get into sort of changing the bits. But yeah, we've got to do that. We've also got to do the skirts, because the skirts are coming off both sides. We'll do that as well. And yeah, just keep going on, keep going for this car, really. Cam belt was the biggest thing. That's going to be most of the work. Cam belt, water pump, cam cover gasket, probably. That's going to be the biggest thing now. So I'll get it into the workshop, guys, and let's crack on, and let's move this car along as well, because that one is done. Right, guys, so this one is in the workshop. So the plan, let's strap the car up, stick on axle stands. I want to take this light's got to come off, get it out of the way, and I want to take the bonnet off, get that out of the way, just because it's easier access and it gives you more light into the actual engine bay. So I'm going to do that. The air filter and box need to come out of the way, so I can get to the bolts for the starter motor, which is down that in where the underneath where the air box is. So that's got to come out, and then yeah, just literally start stripping it down, ready for the timing belt and get into that. So I'll set you up, guys, and then normal stuff. Let's time lapse it. Let's so you can see me doing it and changing it, and we'll go from there. And I'll come in and out and just show you what's going on and what I'm doing. But yeah, let's do this, guys. Right, okay, guys, just want to quickly give you an update. You saw me there just sort of tearing down, stripping, taking stuff off and taking stuff apart. Took the headlight out of the way because it's better access, so you can see what's going on underneath here. I've undone this pulley, which is for the water pump. Let me just put it back up there like that. So that pulley is for the water pump. You can see it at the back, and there's 4 bolts on that pulley, and whilst it's tensioned by the belt, they're a lot easier to undo the bolts whilst it's all tensioned by the belt, and then once the belt's off, you just undo the bolts and away you go. So yeah, just another little trick that I've learned doing a few of these. So as you can see, I've took the actual alternator out of the way. It just gives us better access to the bolts for there, plus that bolt there has got to come off because it's part of that bracket, this bracket here. So that bolt's got to come off, and it's behind the actual. I suppose you could have lent the alternator towards the front and then you could have got to that bolt, but you've actually got to pull it out. So yeah, I found it easier just to get it out of the way, the alternator. Just gives you better access and stuff. So yeah, there you go. The actual cam cover is off. Let me get a torch. So as you can see, it was just starting to fail at the back here. You can see the oil going through, and it's just starting to fail, this gasket. So, and you can see it just there coming through. That shouldn't be there. That gasket should be stopping it all coming through. And you can see how dark it's getting here. It's getting really dark, which means the actual oil, which means it's getting, it's slowly starting to get through. So yeah, definitely about time this gasket was changed on this cam cover, so I'm going to do that as well. When it comes to the actual belt itself, I don't know if I can show you. Let me see if I can get it in there to show you. So, no, I can't really show you. Let me get that cover off. Once that cover's off, then I'll show you the belt itself. But it's definitely not been, it's definitely the original belt for the car from new. So it was definitely due a change. So yeah, there you go, guys. I'm down here, I've got to get some bolts off to the starter motor, which is what I said to you about the airbox. So the airbox sits all that in there. And just down here, there's 3 bolts that need to come out for the starter motor. So that's got to be taken off as well. So I can lock the actual engine flywheel. Sorry. Sorry guys, it's getting on. It's getting late. Once I get through the day, I tend to lose my words really bad. It's because I'm tired and I'm rushing, and do you know what I mean? That sort of stuff. I'm trying to concentrate. But you know, this is real life. This is me. I'm not acting when I'm doing this. I haven't got a script. It's just you're following me as I'm doing it. So yeah, I'm not trying to sort of. I'm not trying to be someone that I'm not trying. Do you know what I mean? I'm not trying to sort of like, you know, be fake or anything like that. I'm just trying to be as real as I can, and this is why sometimes I lose my words, because yeah, it's not planned, guys. Right. Anyway, we're getting close now. So basically, I want to get the jack underneath the car to support the engine, and then I can take off all these parts, the brackets, the engine mount, these brackets here that are on the side of the engine. That's got to come off. Then I can get to that casing, the bolts all around that can come off, and then we can have a good look at this belt, and then I can start timing it up. I have removed one of the actual spark plugs, number 1, which is that one there, number 1, and I'm going to put a screwdriver in there, and then I'm going to turn the engine by hand, and then I'm going to line it up into top dead center. So yeah, just thought I'd explain that, guys, but I'll set you up. Let's move on. Let's support this engine, and then I can start tearing up, undoing all these bolts and that sort of stuff. So yeah, let's do this. Right guys, I am moving along very nicely. So, right, it's all it's all locked up now. So you've got the plate at the back, which is the cam, locks the cams in place, the 2 cams there at the back. So that's in place. I've got the pin underneath the back of the engine, which sits right up there. You see that pin there? So that pin, that black pin, that just sits there and locks the engine at the back. I've also locked the flywheel through where this starter motor sits with another plate, so that's locked as well. So yeah, we're kind of ready to sort of take this apart now, get this belt off, and get this changed over. But as you can see by the belt itself, you can see that it's got all lines in it. It's definitely due. Yeah, it's definitely due its change. So yeah, glad I'm doing it really. So it's obviously this is the original water pump here. So it's definitely not been changed before. So there we go. The other thing as well is I've noticed is that, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, so there you go, look. So the actual belt isn't sitting central to these 2 sprockets that are on the end. That belt should really go that way a little bit, so that there's the actual teeth of these sprockets are even both sides. So there's the same sort of gap. So that needs pushing that way really. And if you look at it, I can't show you. You've got a lower sprocket at the bottom, and you know that belt should be lined up central, and it's like it's sort of at an angle, very slightly. It's down at an angle because of the belt is not sitting central. I don't know if it's over time that's moved or that was set in the factory. Don't really know, do we? But yeah, I'll be setting the new one central where it should be really, and obviously you can see by that tensioner, like it's can I show you? Let me 2 seconds. So that tensioner there, it's literally right on the edge. Right, the belt is right on the edge, and it shouldn't be like that. It should be central to that actual tensioner. It should be over. I'm gonna push it over. Yeah, it should be over. It should be central to that. Just because, really, there's no particular reason. It just should be there like that, really. But well, there we go. Right. So yeah, I'm ready to take this off now. So I'll set you up and take that off, and you can see me doing that. Over here we've got some parts. I've put the new worktop bench on, so you can see that it's giving me more space to work and stuff. So yeah, we've got the cam cover, and we've got a new gasket to go into the actual cam cover here, because that was definitely failing as well by looking at the oil coming out the back of the engine. So that's good. We've obviously got the new belt, auxiliary belt. That's the old one, and yeah, we'll change that over. Here we've got water pump and the cam belt kit. So yeah, we'll be swapping all this over. Bolts and gaskets and a new water pump. So yeah, we'll swap that over, get that done, and then they've got the timing belt kit. So yeah, but yeah, I'll show you that in a second anyway. Right, so it's yeah, it's removal time really. We'll take it off. I'll take that off. I'll take the water pump off, and then we'll have a look at it and go from there, guys. So yeah, let's do this. So guys, we are moving along nicely, as you can see. Water pump is off, and the belt is now loose, but it is still connected. The belt is still around the crankshaft pulley at the bottom. So I've undone the bolt at the bottom. Here, as you can see, it's there. That's the bolt that goes into there. But this crank pulley is so tight, and which is normal really for these. They're normally really tight to get off. So what you need to do is you need to put the bolt back in. Let me stick you there. So yeah, you put the bolt back in, just so that it grabs it from on the thread. That doesn't have to be tight, just have to be in there so that it's in the threads. And then you get this contraption here, which is just a bar and a thing in a minute, and it grabs the outside of the pulley but holds on to that centre pin. Let me just do this like that, and then it goes around the pulley, connects it like that, and then you do it up, and then when you do this centre bolt up, it pulls it out. It pulls it this way as you're doing this up, this centre piece. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll come back to you in a minute, guys, because yeah, it'll be a really long video otherwise. So let me do that and I'll come back to you. Right, so there we go. That done the job. Just pulled it off, and then you start working it off, and then all of a sudden it just pulls off anyway. So yeah, there we go. So what's left is a case at the bottom, as you can see, just covering up the where the belt sits. Now it's got an 8mm bolt here, which I've already loosened, so we'll take that off. And then that case should just come off like that, and that's it, the belt's free, as you can see. There we go, the belt is out. So yeah, like I was saying, it's not that bad, but it's definitely marked. You can see the lines all in the belt, so it's definitely worth doing. Peace of mind for the next owner. So there we go. So it's just a case of now just doing the reverse, putting the new belt back on. I'll set the new water pump in place with a bit of high temperature gasket seal, not too much, but I'll smudge it around the gasket itself, and then put the water pump back in, the new one back in place, and then then we'll put the belt over, get that set, and then we'll put the tensioner on, because I've got a new tensioner as well. And then once I'm happy it's all in the right position, I'll let the tensioner go, so it pulls the belt into tension, and then it's just a case of putting it all back together, putting the crank pulley back on, and yeah, just a reverse of what we've done, guys. So I'll set you up, and yeah, let's just go for it. Righto guys, we are moving along with this. So, as you can see, water pump is back on, new one. And yeah, a little bit of gasket, high temperature gasket sealer. Just goes around the actual gasket first and then put it on. Bolts done up. You can see it's a little bit loose at the minute because the pin ain't taking it. See that pin there? You kind of pull that out and then it releases the tension on this tension pulley. But yes, you can see that's where the belt should be sitting. It should be sitting kind of in the middle of those two things there, so it's central to both of them there like that. So yeah, I'm a lot happier with that now, and it's just a case of releasing that pin, and then that should be it, as long as that belt is in the central of that pulley, which it is. And then all we've got to do now is just pull it out like that, and then that's tensioned. Basically, yeah, basically done really. So there we go. That's the timing belt in and ready to go. So it's just a case of you know, putting it all back together, doing the reverse of what we just did, and yeah, starting her up for the first time, and let's see what happens. Hopefully all good, but you never know, you just never know. Right guys, I'm going to set you up, and we'll get this back together, and see if we can start this up for the first time. So there we go, let's do this. Right, she's all back together and the coolant is filled up tank. I'm going to leave the cap off just for a minute. I'll leave that off just to let the air come through a little bit, and then I'll put it back on in a second. If I might have to put some more coolant in that, I'm not quite sure. So it's holding steady at the moment because I was filling it up, and then just here you undo this until it starts coming out, and then it pushes it through, as you can see, like that. It's just starting to come out. So yeah, you just undo that, and it push it through the system, bleeding the system. But I think we're ready for a first start up, guys, really. And yeah, hopefully it'll go alright, but let's give it a go. Nice. That's good. It's really good. Running really smooth. Right, there we go. Excellent. It's always a bit nervous when you sort of first, and I promise you that was the first start up of the car as well. I haven't done it before. But I've got an engine management light come up now, look. So that could be a number of things. Let me get the computer. Let me turn it off. Let me find out what that is. I'll come back to you in a sec, guys. Right, so I've plugged her in, as you can see. It's all plugged in there. And yeah, I'm just going to see what's going on. But do you know what? It's one of the best things about that Autel Diagnostics tool that I've got is that it's cordless. So I can be over here on the bench. This is my new workstation bench. As you can see, I've got a nice new, well, it's a second-hand mat, but it does the job. Got this ready. As you can see, that's going to be ready to do the ECU scan for the RBAF. So this is the laptop that I've got ready for that. But yeah, as I said, I can work on the bench. That's the sticker that's got to go with the service there to say that I've done the cam timing belt. So I'll fill out all the details and stick it on there like that, and that'll go with the car. But anyway, guys, back to this. So this is what's coming up. As you can see, we've got 3 codes here. Let's go into the top one first, see what's going on. Read the codes. Yes, engine's off. Vehicle must be prepared to read code. Okay, let's read the codes. Where's my stand? Let me get my stand. Where is it? There it is. Let me stick you on here. Okay, so it's saying Set the ignition to we know that's done. Let me get in a bit closer for you guys so you can see. You can hear the car's doing a test, I think. Oh yeah, look. So it's come up shaft position sensor. I know where that is. Well, there you go. Just shows, doesn't it? Right, let's go and have a look at this, guys. I'll show you what it's talking about. And I forgot all about it. I just, wanted to start her up and make sure it's running. But what I didn't forget to do was this. And basically, yeah, that connects to the back, which is the so the computer's telling me, no, you ain't done it right, mate. No, you ain't done it right. So I'll put that back in there like that. Put the little clip in. I can find the thing. Is it there? I'll do that in a second. But at least it's in. So yeah, there we go. Right, let's go back to the computer. So we've done that. Let's get back out of that. Let's erase that code. We've done it. Yes. So what, didn't like it? Let's check that one. ABS. Read codes. Front wheel, no way. I haven't touched on them. Rear wheel speed sensor, steering wheel position. Jesus, no way. It's because of the battery, innit? I wonder if it's because of the battery. Let me clear it all. And then I'll restart it and see if it will come back up. Right, what's that one there? It's going to be something all to do with the battery in it. It's got to be. Yep. Parking brake switch. What? Lost communication with ECM. No way. It's because I've disconnected stuff, surely. It's got to be. And it's stored it. So let's erase it. And then I'll restart it and see what happens. Right, all clear. Let's go and restart it. Okay, let's try it now. Let me zoom you out a bit. Alright, let's try it again. No problems so far. I think it's all to do with this battery, because I took the battery off and yeah, I took it off to give it a good charge whilst I'm working on the car, and I think it's got all to do with that. It always normally is, isn't it, guys? As soon as you take a battery off, it just it absolutely just messes with the computers and the actual car and stuff like that. So I think it's got something to do with this battery, but let's have a quick double check. Got no engine management lights, so that's good. Usual stuff, handbrake, door open, that's good, that's all right. Let's do another quick check on the computer. Let's auto scan quickly. There we go. No codes, no codes. All to that battery. Bet you it always is. Right, okay. Wicked. So that is done. Timing belt sorted. Yeah, wicked. Yeah, that's well good. I'm well happy with that. Okay. Right, so that's done. Guys, I think that's going to be it for today's video. That's quite a lot really that I've done, and on the next one we're going to be putting all back together, plus we're going to be looking at this underneath here, because this still needs to be attention to this. So I want to take the wing off and yeah, have a little play with this, get this coated up with some sealer, and then a respray the same colour, sort these skirts out as well. So yeah, we'll do that on the next video, guys. So that's going to be it. That is it for today. So as you can see, timing belt is all sorted, and it's obviously got a full service history with this car. Yeah, amazing, full service history. So it's yeah, for the next owner, this is going to be an incredible car. Yep. Last service was 54,400, and it's done 58,400. So 4,000 miles ago, it had a good service. Right, guys, that is going to be the end of today's video. Listen, really appreciate the support. Don't forget to drop me a comment if you've got anything to say, and I'll see you on the next one. And guys, it's going to be the Arbath on Friday. Right, take care.